I don't have any kind of creamy seafood multitasking to match you with. I was up until 3 a.m., so my brain kind of feels like clam chowder.
Why were you up until 3?
Like no reason, like sending work emails and PTA emails and like, you know what I was thinking about?
Ooh.
Did you ever watch Pinky and the Brain?
Yeah.
It's like, what are we gonna do till 3 a.m. tonight, Sarah? What we
Same
do
thing
every
we do
night.
every night. Yeah.
Shop for Adidas Farm Rio collab clothes on Poshmark
Oh
and then
God.
not buy them.
Oh God. When did Yeah, okay. Well, I'm not going to talk about Farm Rio, but let's
Because
this is good
you'll
cuz
just get me going for hours. But
this is uh
I do have questions for you today. What? Yeah.
well,
What?
here's my question. I think this is relevant to what we're both talking about already, which is, do you do too many things?
I don't. I struggle with that concept. Like, I think there was a time 10 years ago or something, or 15 years ago, where like I really benefited from the literature on women doing too many things. And
Yeah.
I was like, I definitely had like a veil taken off my eyes of like, oh, a lot of things I say yes to, like, just to seem useful and productive and nice.
Mm.
And like, that's not serving me. And it's like part of the way I've been acculturated, and I need to like notice that. But but I don't know if like there's just been a too many things creep since then, or at like as I have started to embrace my ADHD, I'm like, well, one of my, a challenging but delightful thing about being ADHD is doing too many things, and like, I definitely
Mhm.
do more things than other people. There's
Mhm.
lots of things I don't do, like, laundry.
Make
Um,
clam chowder.
I don't know. I mean, how do you even gauge such a thing, Miranda?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. I would say that, my perspective would be that being up until 3 a.m. might mean that you're doing too many things.
Don't mom me. Don't you like don't you mom me. It might be a sign. I know, but like totally, yes, right? Like it's when you have like more on the brain, you can be more stressed. I think like since I quit my like school-based job, 8 years ago or something, I have never felt that level of stress that I
Mm,
felt like going into work every day. And
mhm.
and I have filled that time with, yeah, a lot of little things, most of which are professional, some of which are not, some of which
Mhm.
are kind of like blur the lines between professional and like voluntary or recreational or whatever.
Like this
But
podcast.
right. But like I just don't know. Yeah, I guess I don't. Am I being like defensive now?
I I wouldn't worry about it. I think that you're doing fine. I think if you feel fine, then it's fine. I do too many things, but I
Yeah.
don't want to drop any of them.
Right.
So
It's
I
like
think
I
that's
guess
where I
that's the
am.
difference between like 30 or 28 and now is I'm like, I have kind of thought about all these things. And they
Yeah.
do, I picked them up and just, tried to feel into whether they bring me joy. And they do. Or they have
Right.
purpose or something, you
And maybe
know?
you feel more I think a lot of us do a lot of things. And I think if you um maybe it's the age that the kids are now. Like, I think that when I was more in the baby days, it felt a lot easier to know that my life had to be simpler and freer because, like,
Mm-hmm.
you're like up all night and you're
Right.
breastfeeding and that's all you just it's very all
Yeah.
consuming. And so sometimes I long for the simplicity of like that time and the
Hard
really
relate.
clear
Yes.
priorities of it
Yes.
and
I think
like
about that with like COVID too. Like I
mhm.
long for the clarity of like Everything that's not just, like, trying to keep people healthy and, like, remotely accessing joy is totally extra.
Yeah. Yes, right, and now I feel like I do so many things. I do feel sometimes a little bit scattered and,
Mhm.
um, like I'm always 5 minutes late to things.
Yeah, that's my natural habitat, but
We've talked about
yeah,
both of yeah, right, and
yeah.
but I think, like, I was joking with David about, like, how much work it is to have friends. Like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I have to, like, see them." And I was like, "If I had an AI friend, like, I wouldn't ever have they wouldn't care
Hey,
if I, like,
yeah,
bailed on happy hour."
right, and you could even, like, model them on me, and yeah, they'd be
Exactly.
like, yeah,
Better than you,
better than me.
probably, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, if
But,
I
what am I gonna
I
do, like, not have friends, right? I mean, like, that would be the easiest thing to cut from my life would be friendships because
okay,
right, like, it's not doesn't
yes,
make money, there's no
right.
professional hook, it has nothing to do with my kids. I mean, that's not true. Okay, it has a lot to do with my kids probably, but, like,
Here's where I
what
think
would
the
I cut,
evolution
you
is.
know? Yeah.
Here's the evolution to me of, like, the kind of that responding to that first question of doing too much, and I'm, like, many years ago to now, and I'm thinking about friends specifically because I really relate to, like, just like, "Oh my
Just cut
god,
that out.
people wanna organize another book club or whatever,"
Mhm.
but I'm very social and I love all of that. Here's the 40-something version, is I think that I have a lot of grace with myself now for completely dropping the ball on certain things, and
Mm.
related to that, an understanding of, like, the ebb and flow of my life and other people's lives. So, like, with friends, it's like